We've been tracking the surprising phenomenon of previously unfunny comedians saying one true thing and then getting a tremendous amount of backlash. First, it was Trevor Noah questioning the motivations of Moderna's CEO over booster shots. Now it's Sarah Silverman calling out MSNBC's Joy Reid. Of course, she was basically said that she was a racist and all of that. Here's her response. It's pretty interesting.
Own side. We can't even critique anyone in your own party without punishment. One of the hosts of The View was like, what hubris for Sarah Silverman to accuse a black woman of not reading. Oi, Jesus H, what the I surrender. Good grief. I don't want any trouble. I cannot believe I need to say this, but I did not criticize Joy Ann because she's black, but because she's a Harvard-educated journalist with the responsibility, ideally, of showing the whole picture and not just a piece of a picture.
That is that's a real coming to like realization.
You can see the veil
she's like,
falling from the eyes.
How did this happen to me? How did I find myself here? I can't believe I have to say it. So for context, what happened, there was this whole story going around about how Ron DeSantis wants to re-implement a civilian military thing that 22 other states have. And everybody on Twitter was like, oh my God, like Ron DeSantis is restarting the SS and all this other nonsense. And Joy Reid, of course, the dumbest woman on television, says, oh, y'all know this is fascisty bananas, right? In her, trademark form. And Sarah Silverman said, please read the article before you post this stuff. You're a news outlet. The truth has to matter. Great. Thank you, Sarah. She got smacked by The View and many others saying, how dare you criticize Joy Reid? She's a black woman. And as Sarah Silverman points out, she's like, I'm a freaking comedian. You're the Harvard-educated journalist with a large show. I'm just saying, don't freak people out for no reason. Boom, doesn't matter. The hubris of Sarah Silverman.
Well, and that's actually Silverman's point is Joy Reid is not stupid.
Yes.
She's, very well educated. She is a very intelligent person. And she has a very large platform. And it's really important to use that in a responsible way. Mm-hmm. So the Ron DeSantis thing, I mean, there were, I think, legitimate ways to criticize his move. Like, okay, why are you doing this now?
Why are you doing it now?
What are the intentions?
Yeah, whatever.
All that stuff. But to paint it as like, this is literally fascism, when it's something that 22 other states do, I mean, you just make yourself, it makes easy fodder for people to say, look at these people, they're ridiculous, nobody can do anything without it being fascism these days. And so what Sarah Silverman replied to that Joy Reid tweet, she said, please read the article before you post this stuff. You're a news outlet. The truth has to matter. That's what she said. Right. Which triggered this whole response. The View ladies got involved, apparently.
They are always mouthing off about something.
But, this is what comes when you accept the premise that a lot of liberals and a lot of people on the right, too, have accepted, which is that the truth actually doesn't matter. All that matters is you providing talking points that are in service of your partisan team. And when you create existential stakes, you can understand how people start to think that way, that like, sure, it's not technically exactly accurate, or you're leaving out a lot of important other side context and information, but the threat over here is so grave that it justifies that type of spin, lies, misinformation, because we have to fight back against this authoritarian threat over here. If you're MSNBC or if you're Fox News, it's, the leftists coming to do communism or whatever they're afraid of over there. So because that threat is amplified to be such a grave and existential threat, then you get into the service of whatever is going to further my team's political future. And, the truth be damned, that's not the most significant thing. The most significant thing is the political project of making sure my side wins. Of course, the end effect of that is no one trusts you. And so when you do have important information to convey,
it's not going to happen.
Any sort of trust is gone.
Why should I believe you?
people very clearly see through what you're doing as just like partisan hackery, and it doesn't even end up helping your people win when that was your goal to start with.
And this is the thing. Sarah Silverman goes, where do I just get the plain old news? Well, Sarah, hasn't been out there for a long time. We're out here. You're welcome anytime. And she also says, more than I like her and more than I don't like him, I care about what is true and how it is presented by news outlets. I just feel like the far right is nuts, and I worry that anything beyond what's absolutely true dilutes the power of what is true. Been trying to say that for quite a long time. This little dust up, it's very revealing. You know, they'll eat your own, they'll go after you, criticize you. I mean, you know, call you racist, one of the worst things you can call somebody
Just so
in
casually,
American society.
too.
Yeah, so casual. And people always ask, like, what do you mean? What I'm saying is that rightfully we have made it, we have recognized racism as a heinous, horrible thing in our society. And so when you call somebody that, it is one of the worst things that you can say about someone. And so you should be very judicious in how you use that terminology.
Yeah.
And casually throwing it out in order for somebody questioning a completely false narrative is a ludicrous use of the term, dilutes it, dilutes the actual power of it, and makes it so that Joy Reid and all of them can be some of the dumbest people in public discourse and not have any criticism and hide behind their race. That is actually an insult to any real, idea, definition, and experience of real racism. So look, it's a pathetic instance, but it's very revealing in terms of how it all works today.
Yeah, so we'll see. Sarah Silverman has had her eyes open now, or where she goes
Sarah,
from here.
you're welcome on the show anytime. All right, there we go.
Yeah, we'd love to talk about it.
Sure.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll have more for you later. Hey, guys, thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium subscriber today. Watch the full show completely uncut, our reactions to each other's monologues. You get to listen to it. You get to ask us questions, all that good stuff. Link is right there in the description or at breakingpoints.com.
Best of all, great way to say screw you to the mainstream media.